Hi everyone, thanks for coming back for part 2 of more Pentecost tables. And I know I've done some more videos with the same title, but I kind of lost track of what part I'm on, so I'm just going to start over and make this be part 2. And in my last video, I was just going over this table that reads at the top, Countdown, Pentecost, Rapture, Etch, Beast. And I had already gone over the terms that are coming up in ELS form, and I was just about to read the matrix, and as you can see, the matrix is coming up in Jeremiah 50 verses 6 through 13, and I believe this is all about Babylon, but I'll go ahead and read the matrix. It says, "My people have been lost sheep, and their shepherds have caused them to go astray. They have turned them away on the mountains. They have gone from mountain to hill. They have forgotten their resting place. All that found them have devoured them, and their adversaries said, 'We are not guilty,' because they have sinned against Jehovah, the habitation of righteousness, even Jehovah, the hope of their fathers. Flee out of the midst of Babylon, and go forth out of the land of the Chaldeans, and be as the he-goats before the flock. For lo, I will stir up and cause to come up against Babylon a company of great nations from the north, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken. Their arrows shall be as of an expert mighty man. None shall return in vain. And Chaldea shall be a prey. All that prey upon her shall be satisfied, saith Jehovah. Because ye are glad, because ye rejoice, O ye that plunder my heritage, because ye are wanton as a heifer that treadeth out the grain, and neigh as strong as horses, your mother shall be utterly put to shame. She that bare you shall be confounded. Behold, she shall be the hindermost of the nations, a wilderness, a dry land, and a desert. Because of the wrath of Jehovah, she shall not be inhabited. She shall be wholly desolate. Every one that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished, and hiss at her, at all her plagues, and shall hiss at all her plagues." And so as you can see, this is all about the destruction of Babylon, and it's talking about fleeing out of the midst of Babylon. And this is coming up in a table with the ELS terms, Countdown, Pentecost, Rapture, Etch, Beast. And because I had noticed the word hiss over here in the matrix, I had also put in the word Satan, and that came up as well. So I'm just going to type it in here so you can see it. And as you can see, the word Satan comes up in the burgundy color with the letters S-A-T-A-N. And then I just had one more table that I wanted to go over. I just wanted to try to get at least a few of these Pentecost tables out before the time of Pentecost is over. I'm not sure how many other dates qualify as Pentecost. I know that the 19th was the Greek Orthodox, or still is a Greek Orthodox Pentecost in some places around the world. I'm sure it's probably over by now in Greece. But this one over here reads, Jesus, Return, Pentecost, Rapture. And as you can see, return comes up in the pink over here at the top. And you see Pentecost coming up here in the lavender with the letters P-E-N-T-E. And you see the second part here in the bluish purple with the letters C-O-S-T. in the blue, actually sharing the R in return. You have the first part of the word rapture, the letters R, A, P, and then in the green you have the second part of the word rapture with the letters T, U, R, E. And over here in the light red, you have the word Jesus coming up in ELS form with the letters J, E, S, U, S. And it's interesting how the matrix comes up in this one as well. It reads, well, it's in Kings 2:32 going through 2:36, and it reads, and Jehovah will return, which that right there sounds interesting enough. And Jehovah will return his blood upon his own head, because he fell upon two men more righteous and better than he, and he slew them with the sword. And my father David knew it not, to wit, Abner the son of Ner, the captain of the host of Israel, and Amasa the son of Jether, captain of the host of Judah. So shall their blood return upon the head of Job, and upon the head of his seed forever. But unto David, and unto his seed, and unto his house, and unto his throne, shall there be peace forever from Jehovah. And this is what's amazing about this table, because this is what comes up right behind the word Jesus. It reads, but unto David, and unto his seed, and unto his house, and unto his throne shall there be peace forever from Jehovah. And this is very similar to another table that I had done on Easter, and I'll show you the video on that in just a second. Okay, it's this one right here. It's the one that I titled How God Saves the World in the Bible Codes. And the word Jesus was coming up in a very similar fashion in ELS form. And what I want to point out is that it's all about two seeds. That's what the whole Bible is all about. And in this one, Jesus was coming up in ELS form. You can see it here in the light green. And behind it, it had the phrase, all the nations of the earth shall be blessed in him. And this was talking about the promise that was made to Abraham, which is all about the seed of Abraham. And I'll show you where it talks about that in the scriptures. Okay, it's over here in Galatians 3:16. It says, now to Abraham and his seed were the promises made. He saith not, and to seeds, as of many, but as of one, and to thy seed, which is Christ. So this is a promise that was given to Abraham, and that's how God was going to save the world, that all the nations would be blessed in him from the seed of Abraham. That was what was coming up behind the word Jesus in that table. And then in this table, we have right behind the word Jesus that's coming up in ELS form in this one, we have, but unto David and unto his seed and unto his house and unto his throne shall there be peace forever from Jehovah. So it's all about the seed that would bring salvation, the seed of the woman. And there's two seeds that are talked about in the Bible. Because if you put in the word Jesus and nothing else, in this Bible Code Wisdom, it actually pulls up the same matrix that was coming up in my Easter table. You see that it's encoded 939 times, but when you just put in Jesus and nothing else, it brings up the same matrix that was encoded in my Easter table, where it says, "And Jehovah said, Shall I hide from Abraham that which I do, seeing that Abraham had surely become a great and mighty nation, and all the nations of the earth shall be blessed in him." That's what was coming up behind Jesus. And then it says, "For I have known him to the end, that he may command his children and his household after him, that they may keep the way of Jehovah, to do righteousness and justice to the end, that Jehovah may bring upon Abraham that which he hath spoken of him." So this is all about the promise that was made to Abraham and the seed that would be brought forth through Abraham. But then, if you put in just Obama and nothing else, you get this scripture. It comes up in Genesis 4:18. It says, "And unto Enoch was born Irad, and Irad begat Mehujael, and Mehujael begat Methushael, and Methushael begat Lamech." And there's actually 2 Enochs in the Bible. This is not the Enoch that got raptured, and I'll show you that in just a second. Okay, here's an article called "The 2 Enochs," and there was another Enoch, which is the Enoch from Cain's line, which is the Enoch that's being talked about here in Genesis 4:18. It's the other Enoch. And it's saying over here, there's not much to say beyond what the scriptures record, but we do know that this Enoch continued Cain's rebellion against God. We read of nothing good coming from this line. He must have been very proud of his father, naming the first city after him. See last week's study. And engaged in the same wickedness as the haters of God. He must cringed when the other, and engaged in the same wickedness as the haters of God. He must have cringed when the other Enoch preached the message of God. Enoch, Cain's son, represents all those who rebel against God. This includes the hypocrite too. Sir Walter Raleigh conjectures that the city of Henochi, mentioned by Pliny and Ptolemy, took the name from this city, Henoch, which is Enoch, which was rebuilt after the flood to continue the rebellion against God. This is not unbelievable, since we know that Noah's descendants went on to build Babel. And I'll go ahead and put this link in the description box, but I just wanted to show you how it's all about the 2 seeds, and that becomes evident just from the Bible codes when you put in the words Jesus or the words Obama. You can tell by the scriptures that come up that it's all about the 2 seeds. So I just wanted to point that out, because that's really amazing how, once again, in this matrix, it's talking about the seed that would come from David, and it's coming up right behind the word Jesus, which Jesus is the seed that would come from David, that would fulfill what it said, which was, "So shall their blood return upon the head of Job and upon the head of his seed forever, but unto David and unto his seed and unto his house and unto his throne shall there be peace forever from Jehovah." And I'm about out of time, so I'm going to continue reading this matrix in the next video. Thanks.